Testing, testing. Streamed in a while, making sure everything is working. It looks like everything's working. It wanted to do a bunch of updates, but I was like, nah. I don't know if I can trust doing updates right now. I think we're okay how it is. My chat. If I remember my password. Hey, we made it in. Let's fucking go. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Dokkan battle stream. It's been, I don't know, when was my last stream? Maybe 2 months? Maybe 3 months? I know it was before Showdown. Oh, it's June now. Isn't it? Is it June? Yeah, it's June. Holy shit. Showdown was in March. So it's been 3 months. So, yeah, a lot has happened since then. I guess we can recap real quick. Because I believe my last stream was before Texas Showdown. So, we had our largest showdown to date. Over 1,500 people attended this year's event. I think it went pretty well. Most people were pretty happy with it. We had a lot of good feedback for the event. We had some interesting articles that kind of, or not articles, this is some random posts that went viral for a while there. The Tekken dog originally was shown at Showdown. I think the owner and his dog went to a combo breaker recently, but then they got kicked out, which is kind of crazy. But that's a really cute dog. My table stick that y'all seen on my stream, I brought it to Showdown, and Gal Winkquotes posted it up saying, why did Rama have to bust this thing out? And like, I told y'all I was going to do it. It's the reason why I bought this thing. I did attend Friday of Odafest in 2025. That's cool. I think, let's see. So after Showdown, April, I didn't really do anything in April. May, the beginning of May, I went to Japan for EVO Japan. But EVO Japan was really packed and really hot. So I really only went there for 1 day. It was like half a day because it was really hot. Bought a bunch of stuff, and then I went around Tokyo and bought a bunch more stuff. I bought more fight sticks because I'm an idiot. I don't even know where to put them. They're all like on the floor. Like, for fight stick enthusiasts, on my floor right now, I have a Corey Fighting Edge, a Vulix Hayabusa, 2 Vulixes, 3 Vulixes. Because I bought a new Vulix when I was out there. It's the prototype gray, which I almost bought from, was it Jansware? There's one of the stick modders out there. He was selling his own prototype Vulix, but I missed out on it, and then I found it in Tokyo. So that's pretty cool. I have a Sega High Grade that I bought recently, and then I got like a few more sticks coming in. There's a Capcom SNK 2 branded sticks. They made one for SNK and they made one for Capcom, so I got both of those. I have a Tekken 5 Japanese version stick coming in, which it is different from the American one, because the American one was pretty famous when it came out, and 2005, it was like the easiest way for anybody in America to get a Hori stick. Because back then, Horis could only be imported because they didn't make any domestically. So the Tekken 5 Hori stick was the first one that you could get. And it was really cheap too back then. Like, it was a really good deal. You could get the collector's edition Tekken 5 bundle, which was the game holder and the stick for like $100. So if you sold the game for like, 30-40 bucks, which was about the going price for it back then, you got the stick for like 60 bucks. So the main difference is the Japanese version has a white border rather than the black border that the American stick has. So that'll be pretty cool. The other stick I got was a Fate Unlimited Code stick for PS2, which looks pretty cool. It's nothing special outside of the graphics, but it's just the fact that it's an officially branded stick. I really like officially branded sticks. Like, I recently bought a 40 Alpha Guilty Gear Strive stick because it's a branded stick that you can't get in the US. It was never released here. It was only released in Japan. So I was happy to get that one. But I think I'm going to start slowing down on buying sticks because I don't really have places to put them anymore. There's not really that many more that I'm really interested in, though. Like, a lot of the newer sticks I don't like. Aside from the 2009 that I bought. The City of the Wolves version, they actually put on sale. Well, not really on sale. There's a discount code for $100 off. Which is a really good deal for the stick itself. But, yeah, I don't have any space for that. Let me get through some of my dailies here. Today we're going to do the EZA for Kale and Caulifla. I've been kind of putting that off. I'm also not really pulling on this banner, the current banner, Tau and General Blue. I did do my tickets, and I did get General Blue with the tickets. And I feel like everybody in my Discord did too for some reason. So I don't know. That would be cool to have, but I don't feel like using stones for it. I'm going to save my stones to see what they do next month. So I know they're supposed to do something for the global anniversary, but they're not calling it the anniversary because they've combined everything now. It's just the celebration, which I guess that would be Tanabata, right? So I don't know what they're doing differently. I did get the new Kale and Caulifla swap card. I think I finished leveling her up, but I haven't really done anything with her yet, or I haven't even really tried her out. Maybe try her out now. Do I have Universe 16? I don't think I do. If I do, I doubt it because I don't really use Universe 6 that much. I did get hit, but I guess I could just make one, or I could do space. No, that's not space, is it? Let's just make one. This one? Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Let's see, go on here. Well, I think we're working on that unit. That's the one with the EZA, right? Oh. We do that hit on there. Then who else? Throw her on. So Japan was really fun. I'm looking to go back in November because EVA Japan was a spur of the moment trip. It wasn't really something that I had planned to do, but like I know that yen price right now is still really good. I don't know how it's gonna look in November. And since EVA Japan was going on, I was like, why not? Like, I tried out Zip Air for the first time, which is a discount airline that flies directly to Tokyo. It wasn't bad. Like, it's very no frills, though. So, like, you have to pay for everything. You have to pay for meals, and the meals are very meh. I don't think it's worth it getting the meals. There's Wi-Fi on the plane, but it sucks. It's only good for doing their own stuff, and even then it's kind of sketchy. There's no screens on the seats, so if you want to actually watch their movies, you have to have your own device. So either your own phone, your own iPad, your own laptop, or just download your own stuff to watch on the plane or play your Game Boy or whatever. But you got to entertain yourself for the whole flight. Like I said, cheap flight. If you want a direct flight, that doesn't cost you a lot. Like, even at its most, you're going to be spending less than $1,000 for a direct flight. That's a really good price still. Came back from Japan and went to DreamHack Dallas, which was a little fun side trip. Really not much to say about it. I gotta check out some arcades out there that I've been meaning to visit. Arcade, Tokyo Station. They were okay. They were kind of fun. Got to eat a Coco's, even though I ate a Coco's when I was in Tokyo. But mainly went to Coco's because Ho Factor really wanted to go. I teased him, but I was like, why are you making me go back here? I just had this. This weekend, DreamCon is going on. I was thinking about going to it, but then I procrastinated too long, and then tickets sold out. I didn't know a con could sell out. Like, that's the first time I've heard of a con that sold out. That's crazy. You know, that's cool. Good for them. I watched some streamers at the event, which would have been cool to meet them, but at the same time, it was so crowded looking. I don't know if I would have been able to handle it. I kind of get anxiety being stuck in super crowded places. That place looks super crowded. The funniest moment to me, I think, was watching Emeru and Extra Emily were at the game, and I think they were going around at the very beginning, and Jabari Smith of the Houston Rockets was there. I guess just to check it out, because I don't think he wasn't in the game. He was just kind of there. I guess he was a guest. So he was just on the floor with the basketball. They went up to him and asked to borrow his basketball. And then I was like, "Wow, you're really tall." They had no idea who he was. So I thought that was pretty funny. I don't think I'm doing much this month. We're doing Space City Beatdown on the 21st. We should be making an announcement soon for next year's Texas Showdown. Hey, what's up, Kevmon? How you doing? You should come out to Showdown next year. Next year's Showdown is our 25th. It'll be our 25th anniversary. I have a lot of ideas that I want to do for next year. We'll see if I can pull it off. Not sure. But I do have a lot of ideas that would be really cool for the event if I can pull them off. Probably go to AM, which is in July, for maybe a day or two. Probably just for one day. Should I get a staff badge for old time's sake? I can give you a volunteer badge if you want to run some brackets for me. We could use people. If you want to volunteer, I'd definitely take it. Hana Bunny's supposed to be back. And they're going to have Flo, which I always did love Flo. I think the last time I saw Flo was at Kamikaze Con. I think that was the last time they were in Houston. A long time ago. When I see the date, I'll see how my job looks. If clear enough, I think I can. So I can tell you the date. It's going to be end of March. Last weekend of March. Which is... because we're pretty much finalizing the contract. It'll be March 27th to the 29th. Yeah, because there really wasn't too many places we were looking at. We pretty much already figured out which place we were going to be, which is the same hotel we were at this year. They gave us the best deal way better than the Royal Sinesta, and I think we can make it work size-wise. Sinesta isn't bad, but we're not there yet. So 2024, when we were at the Sinesta, it was pretty clear that we weren't ready to be at that location. I think after a probably go to San Japan, which is at the end of August. August we'll probably also do the next Space City beatdown, which I'm guessing will probably be around my birthday. My birthday's on the 18th, so I think we could either do it the weekend before on the 16th or the weekend after on the 23rd. Need to see when River City Rushdown is going to do their event, because they usually are the last weekend, which would be kind of funny if they do that during San Japan. I feel like they probably would just to spite them, but I'm going to talk to them first just to make sure. But our second one should be in August. I don't know about September if we're going to do anything. October will probably be the next Space City, and then November I'm going to go to Japan again. Right now, this year I'm booked on work so hard up until September. Crazy workload. Yeah, March. It'll be last weekend of March. We're worried that we might have to contend with tour dates. Capcom Cup, Tekken World Tour, Arc World Tour. They all started their tours at EVO Japan. And if it goes by the same schedule that Capcom Cup had last year, they started at Capcom Cup, or they started at EVO Japan, and they ended in March. So we think that all three of the tours are going to end in March, but obviously on different days. We're hoping they'll be during the middle of the month and not be at the end of the month. Capcom was at the beginning of March, so I feel like they're going to keep the same date. Tekken, I think, would be right after, and then hopefully Arc keeps their date, which was the weekend before us. Hopefully. Worst case scenario would be Capcom Cup being the same weekend as us. Best case scenario, obviously, is none of them. But if any of the three happen to be the same weekend as us, I think I'd have to go with Arc. Mainly because Tekken and Street Fighter have been the top two games for us since Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 have come out. Now, I know there's been a lot of talk about Tekken 8, but they've been doing okay at the majors. Locally, not so much, but we'll see how Space City pans out. I keep fidgeting with the top of my stick. It's a detachable, so I can slide it under my desk. I want to change the washer. I got this MVC2 washer. I don't even know what to do with it. I need to find out. I don't know what to do with it. Put the washer on here. Is any of my new stuff up here? I put a lot of my new stuff away already. Look at this. Ukiyo stand. I don't know how far the series is. I don't think Ukiyo was really introduced yet. I want more merch of her because she's my favorite character. I know they pushed to introduce shampoo because they have all the shampoo merch. I did get some Ranma merch. These relax time figures. What's funny is I didn't actually get these in Japan. I got these off eBay. It's the same price as I probably would have gotten them in. And the guy on eBay selling them, I think shipped like $65, which is well, I guess a little more than Japan, but I didn't see them in Japan. I also picked up a box of these little kind of slushies. It's kind of weird because I ordered a box of plushies and then I got a bag of plushies. So I don't know if these are the same or not. These look like they're smaller. I think these are more like keychains. They don't have Ukiyo, which is kind of annoying. Yoga, Shampoo, Pichan, Boy type, Rama girl type, Akane. I think that's it. Unless it's... What's up, JT? Decided to finish up this EZA and holding it off. Decided to just do a short stream today just to remind people that I'm alive. Do a little bit of catch up. Final Fantasy War of the Vision shut down like a few days ago. Which is sad. Not that I played it very much, but it's sad to see a game go. She took a screenshot of my Tifa. I actually tried to work on her on that last day because apparently I had a bunch of mats saved up, but I couldn't finish. Like I got her up to 140, and then I tried to do the resurrection, but I didn't have enough materials to resurrect her back to 140. And I was like, yeah, never mind. I don't feel like dealing with it. I was never very good at the game because I tried to play. I was never good at PvP, and then whenever I tried to do battles, I was always just like, fuck it, just auto. $18, 20, 21, I think 21 more stones. So we should be around 790. We won't get to 800 yet. First Brave Exvius and then War Divisions. Isn't that only over here though? Like, isn't it still alive in Japan? I know a lot of people were really sad about Record Keeper closing down. Record Keeper was actually really cool. Still going in Japan, of course. A lot of people complain about Street Fighter 6. No costumes to buy for the characters. Thing is, you know, Street Fighter 5, that's what kept Street Fighter 5 going. Like, that's what was making the money, was costumes and all that. And I know players got used to that. The thing is, though, now they're making a lot more money doing the Game Pass for Avatar stuff. So they don't care about the costumes as much anymore. I think they will do it eventually, but it's not going to be as much as, you know, they've been doing for everything else. Because they're making a lot more money. Mainly from Japanese players for the Avatar stuff. Have you tried Crystal of Atlan? No. I haven't really tried too many new gacha games. Battlefield 2, I think. Battlefield Girls 2, I think, is the one that I played that's the newest one. Because Nikkei I've been playing for a while. Round Dust 2, I guess, is new. Those are the two newest ones that I played. Did you get the new Gundam G Eternal? No. I did not. The last game I bought was the Capcom vs. Collection 2 with CVS 2 EO and Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper. I don't understand why they put all these other versions on there. Like, it's not even the regular version. It's like the latest version that nobody liked. Like, they put CVS 1 Pro on there, and I don't know. Like, I know they nerfed some things, but it's like, it's a different game. And it's like, I guess. I'm just glad for the Marvel collection they didn't do anything to change Marvel 2. I mean, they did. They did do some things to try to change it, but then everybody complained, and then they changed it back. Like, why would you think you needed to take away the Juggernaut glitch? Like, Juggernaut glitch was the only thing that made him decent. Like, why are you punishing mid to low tier characters in a game? That's down there. Most of my stuff is upstairs. If you're following my socials, though, I posted all my stuff on there. Twitter and Instagram. I actually bought way more stuff than I thought I would. Because I purposely tried to not bring as many bags to encourage myself not to buy as much. And then I ended up buying a bag there. This was one of the coolest things I bought. Was it's a keychain charm for the train station. Could change my mic. Great idea.
And I'll change it back.
If you've ever been to Japan, especially Tokyo, that chime just kind of brings you back to when you're riding the trains, because you hear it like all the time. There's a bunch of different themes for different areas of Tokyo. So when I go back, I'm going to try to find some different ones. But I only found these in Akihabara, so that was the only one they had. There's supposed to be one in a couple other stations. Like, there's one in Tokyo, but it's like hard to find apparently. I'm gonna have to try to really hard to try to find it. But like, November, I'm not planning to go to any events, so I'm just gonna spend my whole time just walking around shopping. Which is pretty much what I did this time, except that I had the one day I went to EVO Japan. Plus, it was a real short trip. I had already spent some vacation days for Showdown. So I really didn't have a lot of vacation days for this trip. I took 4 days. I flew out Wednesday, but when you fly out to Japan, you automatically lose a day. So you don't arrive till Thursday. So I had Thursday, which was half a day, because you show up, you arrive, normal flights from, like if you're flying direct, if you fly direct from here to Tokyo, it should be roughly 14 hours. So with the time change, you'll leave in the morning, and then you'll get there the next day in the afternoon. So I got there 2 o'clock their time. Then you got to go through immigration. Immigration can take you anywhere between 20 minutes if you're lucky to up to an hour or more if it's crowded as hell. What pissed me off is that when I stood in line for immigration, they kept me in the main line to go to each individual queue to talk to the people at each booth. And then right after they sent me, they opened it up to the portable machines where they could just automatically scan you and send you off. Like right after me. So like it would have cut my time by like half. So it ended up taking me like 40 minutes to get through immigration. But everything else was fast. Like you change your currency exchange, and then if you get a Wi-Fi device, go pick it up, then go to the train, and then leave. It took me about an hour to get out of the airport and on the train to middle of Tokyo. Do you fly first class when you go to Japan? Fuck no. I ain't got that kind of money. First class flights are like 3,000. Now, Zip Air, you can do a full flat, for like 1,500, which is a pretty good price. I wouldn't do it, but you know, if you have the money, that's almost the same as a regular plane ticket. Not bad. I'd rather save the 500. I can deal with sleeping upright. I'm waiting to see when Zip Air releases their flights for the winter. Right now, they're only up until October. Hopefully, once they do that, I can start to book my trip. I'm thinking I have enough points to fly back with a different airline with United. I might do that. They do have direct flights, or I could do a connecting flight through ANA, which I prefer because I like ANA a lot more than I like United. The only thing is United has the direct flight back to Houston. Reason why I would like to do that, obviously cheaper because I can just use my miles for the flight back home, but also because if I fly with United, I don't have to pay for my extra baggage. Zip Air, you have to pay for like all the extra baggage. Of course, that means I got to start over with my mileage, but you know what? Whatever. It was going to take me years to earn the miles to get my free flight. We might as well use it now. Oh, dude, I have these Pikachus that I bought. I don't know, I love Pikachu. These cute little. They had a Pokemon store in Narita Airport, and so these are the special uh, Narita Pikachus. They had 3 of them. I only bought 2. Maybe I'll buy the 3rd one when I go back, because it does feel kind of weird that I didn't buy all 3 of them. The pilot, the male crew member, and then there was the female crew member. I don't know why I didn't buy her. I should have went ahead and bought her. So I could have all 3. But I'll do that next time. I'll do that in November. How many suitcases do you take with you? So normally, what I do is I have my backpack and my carry-on, and then I'll have 2 check-ins, which is one of them is a spinner, and then I'll bring a duffel bag. I tried doing multiple spinners, but that gets super annoying trying to carry that along. So what I do is I have the large spinner in a duffel bag for my check-in, and my carry-on will be the small spinner in my backpack. What is that? Oh, I mean the roller bags. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like every time you see someone packing up their stuff, the case bag with the wheels on it and the handle. So normally for most flights, carry-on has to be either the 20-inch or the 21-inch. Domestic, I think you can go up to 22-inch. But most of the time for international, it has to be 20-inch. For check-in, it's whatever size. Never called it a spinner before. It's because the newer bags has 4 wheels that have 360 movement. Because the older bags would either have only 2 wheels, and you'd have to lean and pull with the 2 wheels, but the newer ones have 4 wheels. I had to order a new 20-inch because the old one that I have, I've had it for like 15 years. And I've noticed that it's been breaking. Like, I was trying to find something that I thought fell in there, and I opened up the lining for the first time in like forever. Because I kept hearing things, and I thought it was the piece that I was missing. But every time I was shaking it, it was parts of the suitcase that were falling out. And when I was looking in there, I was like, oh, there's like lots of pieces at the bottom of this that broke off. That is not good. So I think I have to retire it. I might still use it for like events, although I'm more likely just going to use it anyway. But yeah, I've had that for like 15 years. Many trips to Japan I've used that. But I guess it's time to upgrade. It's time to change it out, get something new. I mean, you can still call it a roller suitcase. I just know some people call it a spinner. Most of the times, if you go to a luggage store and you say either one, they'll know what you're talking about. I did have a couple mishaps on my way back, which were really scary. So I have to rethink the way that, that I go back. But coming back home, there were 2 cases where probably could have been fucked up really badly. The first one was I was on an escalator with my 2 rollers, and I didn't catch the first roller on there correctly, and it slipped. And I tried to grab it to make sure it didn't like fly down. So I think I was going down. So I held onto it so it wouldn't go tumbling all the way down and like hitting somebody. But in doing so, I slipped, and I was stuck on top of the one behind me. And so I was literally sitting on top of my big roller while trying to hold on to the small roller. And I think 2 guys behind me rushed down to help me get back upright. That was not fun. And I think I hurt my ankle. Not too badly, but it was just like, wow, that sucked. And then the second thing was I was trying to go down some stairs, and I was having a hard time trying to balance both rollers going down the stairs. Now, what I found out later was there's an elevator, but for some reason I couldn't find it. But there was an elevator behind me that I could have took instead of being a dumbass and going down the stairs. But then this like buff Russian lady just like picked up one end of the big roller and helped me carry it down. I was like, okay, that's cool, thank you. And I found out she was Russian because we were both getting tickets for the train that goes directly to Narita Airport, and I heard her talking in Russian, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So that was 2 times I nearly got fucked up because of my luggage. But the moral of the story is look for elevators because there's elevators everywhere. I'm trying to convince some of my friends to come. I think it'd be fun. I really should have thought about maybe going to Comic Day, but I already. I mean, I could cancel it. Like, I booked my hotel, but I could possibly wait and try to do Comic Head. I just don't know when Comic Head is. I don't think they've announced their date yet anymore. Because I could do that if I felt like it. See, there's no dates yet. It just says late December. That's the hardest part about trying to schedule it. I'd like to go, but I'd like to see. That's why I might not be able to do it in 2025. I might have to wait till next year. Still want to go. Need to get my passport updated. Yeah, it should do it. It's good for like 12 years, I think. Where did I get mine updated? I renewed mine in 10 years. I renewed mine in 2021 and it's good until 2031. These seats are supposed to be in here. Immigration inspector. Have 3 stamps in here. March 2023. That was Evo. Like 3 months. So I've been to Japan 3 times since I've gotten my passport renewed. How weird is they take up a whole page per. Wonder what happens if I run out of these pages. They go back and just stamp again? I thought they were supposed to keep using a page. They just take a whole ass page by itself. I had to buy myself, or not buy myself, I had to get myself a new coin wallet because my old one fucking broke apart. And is Charizard really called Lizardon? I didn't know that. Charizard sounds way better. Lizardon? That's horrible. That's what they called him. My passport expired in like 2012, then never got it updated, and then lost it as well. That sucks. Like, getting a new one is kind of annoying. Like, I'm kind of the same way. Like, all my documents, my important documents, are here in the house. I just don't know where. Things like my birth certificate are somewhere. Like, I don't need it that often, so it's not like something that I just know where it is. I just know it's here somewhere. Comiket just says late December. Doesn't tell me a date. Number Comiket has a date. Hotels real quick. The other problem is finding accommodations. Like, I have some very specific places I like to stay. Let's say it's last week. Just got a copy of my birth certificate. I'll have to get a new passport, but yeah, pictures are easy. Pictures, I think I got my pictures done at just CVS. So my favorite place to stay is Akihabara Washington Hotel. Pretty nice hotel. They have a pretty nice restaurant in there. It's like literally across the street from the train station, which makes it super convenient for shopping. Like, let's say you wanted to go shopping in Akihabara real quick before you take the train to go somewhere else. Do your shopping, drop it off at the hotel, run right to the train station. Or let's say you went out to Shibuya or Shinjuku, then bought a bunch of crap. Go back to your hotel. Right there. Get off the train, go right to your hotel. Or when it's time to leave, get all your suitcases ready, leave the hotel, and just go across the street to the train. There's some other places that are kind of nice. The APAs I heard are pretty cool, are pretty nice. A little bit cheaper. I know there's one that's like right in the middle of Akihabara, which would be kind of cool to stay at. Metz, Hotel Metz is another one that's like literally right there by the station. That was a little more expensive though. I've never stayed there, but I always see it every time I get off the train and I walk by it. But those are my favorite places to stay at there. Um, Need to see when the dates are. 'Cause let's say I did 2 weeks. 2 weeks at Akihabara, Washington would be $2,000. APAs would be 17. It is about what I expect, I think, for 2 weeks. So I don't want to stay 2 weeks. I usually stay just 1 week. I feel like I do everything I want to do within 1 week. And then it makes me feel like I wanted to stay longer. Versus spending 2 weeks there, I feel like after 10 days or so, or 9 days, I'm like tired. I'm like tired of being there. Like the last few days are kind of a struggle. Like 1 week I think is actually the magic period for me personally. Because like, I'm going to run out of space in my luggage for all the shit that I bought. And so, last few days I can't buy anything because there's no way I can put it in my luggage. I'd have to ship it back if I could. And it's hard as fuck to find the places to ship it. Like, I thought you could ship it at a hotel. It's domestic only. So I think I'd have to do it at the airport, but that's annoying. So, like, that's kind of the big issue that I have whenever I do things. Oh, am I done? Fuck, I'm done. Because I'm not a big sightseeing person. At least not now. I've done all the sightseeing stuff that I like to do already. Because I've been to Tokyo many times. So like I'll do some brief sightseeing if I happen to see something. But it's not something that I'm going to go out of my way for. Turn off. The other thing is I'm trying to organize a trip for my friend Ho Factor to go Tokyo. But he is in a wheelchair. So it'd be really difficult to plan out the itinerary. Like Tokyo does do, they are trying to do things that are ADA compliant, but the problem is a lot of shops just can't accommodate. What I'm trying to do is figure out shops that he can go to, because I'd really like for him to experience it. He's one of the biggest weebs I know, and I know it'd be awesome for him to at least experience what he can over there. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try to combine it with an event, because events are usually big enough to where he's fine, you know, going to check it out, and it's either Tokyo Game Show or Comiket. And since I've never been to Comiket, I think that would be kind of cool to go to Comiket with him to check that out. So my goal is the next trip or two that I take is to try to scope out places that I think he could go to that he would enjoy. Like shopping wise, there's some places he can go, there's a lot of places he can't go, just because there's no space. Like in Akihabara, a lot of my favorite places, he would not fit. He would not be able to fit. So that's just something I would have to scope out and try to see. But that's what I would like to do. That's my goal. I told him if he's down, for me to figure out and plan a trip for him out there. I don't think we're going to be able to do it next year. At least not, well, not this coming year. So I'm probably just going to keep my November trip unless I find some. If I can find out the date for Comic-Con, maybe I'll go to Comic-Con so I can experience it and know what I'm getting myself into. If not, then maybe 2026, 27. The hardest part is finding the date. I don't know why they don't figure out a date early enough. It's like 6 months away. You would think they would have figured out a date by now. Everything says late December, but that doesn't tell me an exact date, which is what I need to plan out things. But yeah, we'll see. I think we'll have to take it from there. The main reason I want to go to Comic-Con is one of my favorite cosplayers usually has a booth at Comic-Con. A lot of big cosplayers have their booths where they sell their photo books and stuff and merch at those events, and I'd really love to go just to check it out because a lot of them don't go to events outside of Japan. Hane Ame is the one that I'm trying to see. She does do events in Taiwan, sometimes in Europe. The only US event she's been was AX, which I'm probably never going to go to because AX looks claustrophobic as fuck. Plus it's expensive as fuck. Like, honestly, everything in Japan is not expensive, it's just getting there. Getting there and your accommodations, right? If you can get over that cost, everything else there is pretty cheap. Like, most things that you buy there are pretty much cheaper than anywhere you're going to find. Food is cheaper there. The transportation is cheap. Like, everything there, cost of living, is relatively cheap if you don't account for living space. That's why I don't really want to live there, because it'd be hard as hell to find comfortable living spaces in Tokyo, and then on top of that, it'd be expensive, and even more, it wouldn't be enough space for all the shit that I would probably buy. So that's part of the reason why I don't ever want to live in Tokyo, actually. Like, I love visiting, I love everything about it, but I just know that living there would be miserable because there'd be too many things that would not fit well for me. But anyway, I think I'm going to call it a stream. Just want to do a real quick catch-up stream, let y'all know that I'm still here. Hope everybody's doing well. Keep up with my socials if you want to learn more about Showdown for next year or whatever other plans I'm probably going to do. Like I said, I'm planning to go to AM and stay in Japan in case anybody's going to those events. You might run into me there. Oh, Evo. I totally forgot about Evo. I'm going to Evo Vegas also. Signed up yesterday? I think I signed up, no, 2 days ago. MVC2. Signed up so I can go O2. But this will be the last time it's a main game, so should be an exciting atmosphere at least. So I'll be at that event as well. Come say hi if you see me there. But thanks for joining me. What's up, David? How you doing? I will catch y'all guys later. Actually, should I raid somebody? Do I know anybody streaming right now? Probably not. You could raid Pika for the hell of it. Let's raid Pika for the hell of it. Y'all call it something different now, don't it? Had lunch with your dad? That's cool. This is not my studio. Stream manager, here we go. Bear with me, guys. Ray Pika. I don't know what she's playing. Oh, Expedition 33. I've heard about that game. Alright, guys. Tell her I said hi. I'll see y'all later.